Welcome to episode 4, Reclaiming the Light Within. This episode is titled When Silence Speaks, the Unseen Weight of What Was Never Said. Hi guys, it's Dr. Grace, not a doctor of medicine, but a doctor of education. And most importantly, I am a servant of the Lord. So what happens when silence speaks? Silence can feel safe. It can feel protected. It can feel like control. But over time, silence begins to speak. Not out loud, but inwardly. Through tension, through exhaustion, through a heaviness that words never had space to hold. This episode is for anyone who learned that staying quiet was safer than being honest. Sit with that one for a moment. There's a cost of silence because silence is often a survival skill. We learn it early and we learn it well. We learn that speaking up brings consequences. When honesty starts to feel dangerous, when being seen feels like it's a risk. But what protects us in one season can imprison us in another. What goes unspoken does not disappear. It just settles. It waits. It finds a voice in other ways. Healing begins when we listen to what silence has been carrying. So let me share with you a Bible story about a woman who was bent over. This can be found in Luke chapter 13, around verse 10 through 17. It speaks of this woman who has been bent over for 18 years. Some say due to a spirit of infirmity, right? A physical ailment, while others emphasize it may have been a spiritual bondage, being in bondage spiritually. And Jesus called this woman that was bent over the daughter of Abraham. This woman, she could not stand upright. She's unable to look up and only sees the ground. Imagine 18 years. She lived unseen. She lived overlooked. The Bible does not record her words, right? She doesn't even have a name. But her posture tells a story. Jesus notices this woman. And when he notices her, he calls her forward. He spoke freedom over her life. And when he did, she stood up straight. The healing that occurred without her asking, Jesus sees her. He calls her. He lays hands on her and declares her free from her infirmity. She immediately stands up, straight up, and she begins to praise God. She praises God. All right. So how does this align with our lives? Okay. Some of us have been bent by silence, by what we were never allowed to say, by what we learned to endure quietly. Remember, I said at the beginning, inwardly, it starts to reflect. But Jesus did not ask this woman that was bent over why she was bent. He simply restored her. So healing does not require explanation. True healing, it requires permission. So when silence is acknowledged, look at the impact, the outcome. When silence is acknowledged, the body exhales, the soul strengthens, the heart finds room again. The invitation this week, I want you to listen gently. What has your silence been holding? You do not have to speak it all at all. You don't have to speak it all yet, okay? Just have that awareness. Awareness is the beginning. And as I get ready to close this, remember this. You were not meant to live bent over. You were meant to rise. You were meant to shine for your light, your inner light to be seen. This is reclaiming the light within. And this is where the silence begins to loosen. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone. Return right here weekly for additional episodes. And visit my website to pre-order my book, Beyond the Shadows, The Light Within, which is available for pre-order. And then on February 4th, it's available on Amazon. And I will be hosting a Amazon ebook sale in which you could get to download the ebook for a real cheap price. And I will share the link on the day of the Facebook Live event, the link to download the Amazon ebook. Until then, visit my website, www.authorgracelnorris.com to pre-order a copy. Because the book go deeper. Thank you and blessings to you.